Commercial real estate, elite level mastery.
Right now it's really hot. The retail aspect, I just finished like one of the last modules, and there's numerous private videos that go over everything, the dynamics, the psychology, the games of the commercial real estate industry, how to really value a property, rules of thumb, ratios, and things. And these are all methods and ways and original concepts, strategies, and angles to determine the value of the price and everything within like 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes tops, from looking at so many deals. Now, when I teach this to people and you learn it, you're talking about a lot of experience, a lot of third-party valuation analysis and things, and training and obstacle perfection or obstacle solutions that I've come up with over the years. So when you're able to do this quickly and effectively, you're able to control the market. Now, can I train everybody? No. Can I train a person that like has the ability to focus and direct their mind onto a way to learn things, a new language, a new mindset, and a new set of skills and tools? Yeah, I could train them and make a lot of money. Sales has a lot to do with information, knowledge, and competency. Competency in reading the play, like reading like what someone else is thinking and knowing what they're thinking ahead of time and be able to go around it. Nobody even talks about that in sales. Nobody even mentions it in commercial real estate because they're all the ones getting taken for a ride. They all do the same simple structure. Oh, do this. We'll set this out at 90 days, and we'll have this guy go over your guy's paperwork and blah, blah, blah. And everybody's playing their game as like consumer level, retail level, like this goes in this, and we're going like, dude, that doesn't, when you're really in the business, you've really done it, that's not how things work. I teach people how things work. Now, if, like a craftsman who's been building like cabinets or something, and he's a very good specialist at making statues or art or whatever, and you go learn from the absolute best, and he teaches you all the real ways to do things and ways not to, and all the ways that he's perfected to make something work. You want to incorporate that and do that and accept that you're learning from a skilled tradesman, like in a perfected area, a specialization, and learn it that way. You can't go look at the model and like, you know, whatever, like if you're going to go to Michelangelo or something, and he does it a certain way, he uses mirrors and all these things to get the absolute perfect paintings and the ratios and the pictures to be the exact, well, basically the same as like a person, like a picture, the same ratios and everything. So you can use his tools, his mirrors, his magnifying glasses, all his things that he used. You're not gonna go in there and you're like, oh, well, I want to go back to, not even pay attention, and then just come to your table with a, you know, little Kmart watercolors and a Kmart paintbrush, and be like, I can't get it to work. Well, no kidding, because you didn't even try, you didn't apply yourself. But if you do, and you learned all the techniques and things that he did, or whatever the skill is, you're going to make a lot of money. Now, a tradesman, a craftsman, a specialist that's good at one thing, that's really good at a certain thing, a certain industry, a certain specific purchasing ability, like retail, shopping malls, apartments, all that stuff, that means you got to immerse yourself in it, or be in it, or at least learn the language and the terminology and skills and the psychology behind it, and everything that you're being taught. Now, everybody's on the same page to begin with, but once you realize the knowledge I've given you is cash, it's pure money, it's pure millions of dollars. You just have to do it and make it happen. That's why, certain people get rich all the time. No matter if you lose it 10 times, you get it back all the time 10 times. Because it's in your mind, it's in your subconscious, because you put it there. Like, you're not going to go broke if you have that mentality. But you have to apply yourself, you have to put your mind to work. It's not even that much work if you actually get the concept behind it, because sales, especially in commercial real estate, it's a dominance game, really. I mean, it's partly dominance, and it's partly being able to read what isn't being said on all the properties and things you're buying. I teach you, like, to look at a property and know what's the truth and what's not the truth. When you know what the truth is on the property, which no one even talks about this because they don't even have a clue. When you really know what's going on, then you know where the weaknesses and the strong points are. And you know you're going to go after the weaknesses, as in, like, you're going to know why he's lying on the numbers, and the numbers aren't real, and what the real numbers are. Once you know what the real numbers are, then you go to the guy and he knows, and you put it in your offer, and you do it the exact way I train you, you're going to close the deal and get cash out. Now, if you listen to the topics and stuff, which I would say most of my clients that I train, they do, but then a handful don't. And the ones that want to skip through all the steps don't learn it. It's like you're going to a martial arts class, that's one problem. If you're going to martial arts training from a real instructor and he teaches you, he puts you in situations, he teaches you how to fight and how to spar and all these things, and you've been doing it, and you put in your time and train, and he is a good instructor, you will be able to have a great fighting ability. Now, if you go to a suck one and you pay somebody for a black belt, and then you go get in a fight, and you start a fight, you're going to lose because you're retarded and you never learned anything. But in reality is, if you have the best instructor and you're putting yourself in the best, most difficult situations while you're training, under real conditions, not fake, not play, not like you're being pampered and everybody's taking the fall for you, or you're not really sparring, then you're lying to yourself. That relates to this. If you get in this and you start going at it 100%, but you use what I teach you, like the method, the order, the sequence, because everything, like on credit funding, corporate funding, private money, project money, private venture capital, everything, and building major wealth and becoming very successful in everything, when you have nothing and you can get it back all the time, is because of one thing. It's this simple concept that nobody even gets. And that is because, like, there is order, harmony, and sequence. So when you learn something, and you learn it from the right person, like if you're going to Michelangelo for a painting, he does it in a certain sequence. And that means, like, you got to do the underlaminate, underpainting of a painting. And the best artist is going to do an underpainting of, like, a painting that looks like the real painting, but it's like maybe it's layers, 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 layers. And the absolute best master painters have multiple layers. The better the painter, the better the amount of layers below the painting. Gives it depth, gives it color, gives it real life, gives it 3D dimension, gives it what makes it a masterpiece, because it took so many layers, layer upon layer upon layer upon layer upon layer, to get to the absolute final best product. And it's the absolute best painting that sells for millions and billions of dollars, whatever, depends on who's, maybe not billion, but a million, well, one has been a billion, but millions of dollars, because the final product. And that's what I teach, is that, because I've had it all and lost it all many times, and I've trained many people to make millions, and the people that look at a painting and be like, oh, it's a painting, and they're going to slap it together just one level, and they go buy a piece of crap, watercolor kit, and think, I can't do it, I can't do it. Well, yeah.
The clients I interact with a lot, everything's going great.
If you're a type that buys this program, and I teach you and everything, and you actually listen, and you put it, and you realize that the sequence and the layers, you put in the time, and you learn what layer goes here, what layer goes there, what layer goes on top of that, and why you do it, when you get to the final product. And I teach this where you can learn this and do it like in fast time frame. Like when you're good, you'll be able to do it in a couple minutes. But if you skip steps, or you don't understand the wisdom behind it, or you don't do the right sequence, you're not getting shit. Okay? So, you want to get rich, you got to learn the foundation to be rich. You want to get a lot of funding with your personal credit and corporate credit, you got to have the personal credit lined up, the right sequence, the right profile, the right composure. Then corporate credit gets millions. You can't be like some idiot that says, oh, I want to buy to your corp and pay these morons, X amount of dollars for these fake trade lines, and I'll get like up to, it says 270,000 in like 6 months. Well, there's like a million things wrong with that scenario, and it's a flat out lie. But these fools want to rather believe what doesn't really work versus reality. Reality is, I give you the skills and the tools that make a lot of money. And I've seen it, I know it, it works, it makes tons of money. The people that do it, and they pay attention to the sequence, the order, the reasoning, and why, and build the foundation from, in your knowledge, in your mind, of how all this works, then every property you buy, you're literally buying at $1 to $5 million cash out, or more on bigger. But if you just look at the surface, and you don't do it and apply and do the way I train, you're not going anywhere. But if you're really wanting to make a lot of money and you're motivated, I've trained people with zero money background. Weren't even that bright. Some of them weren't even smart at all. But they had really good ability to know the key things that do matter. So that allowed them to overlook a lot of the other things that didn't. I mean, like, it does take a lot of, you have to have a lot of understanding about social dynamics and reading things. I mean, on the sales level. I mean, the numbers stuff, I mean, I've had some of the best guys that knew crap about numbers, and I put numbers people under them while they make the deals. And so, I mean, so everything can be accomplished and lots of money can be made But you have to understand, it's going to take some work on one facet or other. I mean, if you just do it and you just pay attention and you learn it, I mean, some people want to, I would say take about, to learn the stuff, maybe a week. Some people want to just skip a lot of it and then not learn it, and then they get out and not know it, and then kind of have a little bit of trouble. That's okay, and I'm all for fast forward and get things done even faster than normal. But if you understand and you know how to do the sequence and the order and the reason of why you're going to say things or do things, it all adds up to like sharpening the axe. So if it's super sharp, you can cut the tree down super fast. Now, if you go in with the dull axe, you're going to chop down. It's going to take you longer. You're going to hit on 20 trees and knock down one. But if you learn it like hardcore very beginning, your axe is super sharp and you're just chopping down trees every single time. Now, dull axe can go through 20 and then chop down a tree, and then it get real sharp because you just realize that the 20th tree, oh shit, I need to sharpen my axe. That's what just chopped this tree down. Now that I got the trees chopped down, I'm going to sharpen this thing super good and chop down a million more. So everybody on the internet said, oh, we teach commercial real estate. No, they don't. They teach the general information is like, oh, find a property, go get your parents, go find some money from whoever, own barely any percent of it, have someone put up the money for you, and then close the deal. That's not even creating wealth. That's not even teaching anything. That's like, duh. Who doesn't know that? That's retarded. That doesn't make anybody rich. I mean, that just makes them and their program rich because, they might as well just say, hey, buy a ton of ads on YouTube, sell a bunch of garbage, and get rich. That should be their model because that's what it really is. It's not about, the real strategy angle. I made it from the bottom, and everybody I made it from, I never hired anybody with experience, and everybody I ever dealt with never had any money. They all made big money because of what I'm teaching. A lot of people copy off me and say this and that. They don't even know what they're talking about. They don't even have any idea why, other than they're like a parrot going off of all these other people on the internet about marketing and blah, 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 and just market, sales. When it comes down to the bottom line about how to create nothing into something and big somethings on top of that. They don't ever talk about the strategies or the angles or the commercial real estate game that is being played on the buyers because they are at the bottom of the food chain getting beat down and getting ripped off, and it's not working. Now, strategy I'm teaching, and it's really evident in retail, even more so than apartments. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying you on apartments and stuff. On retail, I'm saying you don't even have to buy distressed. It works the exact same as well on anywhere from $5 to $20 million. I want to use key terms and stuff, but I'm not going to throw that out there because I don't want to be, giving pearls to swine or all these other people for nothing. So, but I teach you these things. So once you know them and you start perfecting them, it's the ability to really have money in your mind because of the way and the terminology and the things and how the facets, everything work. And if you do it right, your axe is going to be so sharp, you're going to chop down and close a bunch of deals. takes effort and work. But you'd rather put on this amount of work than work for somebody else and be broke forever. This really works. It makes tons of money. And I'm talking like fast. But you got to put in the time, sharpen the axe, and learn what I'm teaching you in the sequence, the order, and the reasoning behind it. If you skip that, you like look at a painting and think, oh, I'm going to just draw a copy of it off of a computer, like on through a see-through piece of paper, and slap some, cheap paint on it, and then, wow, I don't know why my paintings look like crap. Well, because you didn't do any of the steps. You didn't do anything that you need to do for a real painting. You don't do all the work. You don't do everything behind what's behind it. Every single thing, like on a masterpiece painting, every single brush stroke is a perfect, intricate move done in that position, in that place, to present a certain look. It's like an orchestra. All of the different instruments, and one single instrument at one single time is played for a reason. Same with the painting. One single movement or gesture, whatever, in a certain place, at a certain color, or a certain everything, at a certain timing in each layer of a different color is done on purpose for a reason. Same with funding on personal credit and corporate credit. This is why all these morons out here are like, buy this corp, buy this cap, go to us, and they get you inquiries, they get you tons of turn downs, they get you crap credit cards. Nobody has able to fund anything on their net. These morons can't get anything because they miss that concept. And I say this concept all the time, but they don't even want to hear it, because no, we want the cheap, fast lie of like, oh, buy to your corp and slap on some trade lines with bad credit, and I'll pay whoever for the lie. Just like America, I'll pay whoever for the vaccine and the mask and buy the lie that I'm protected and safe. It's all lies. It's all stupid. It doesn't work. They'll buy all the marketing material from all these other people. Oh, but yet you find out, oh, I got to come up with the 20, 30% down from my family or whoever. Well, you don't have to do that if you do things with the money in your mind the way it's supposed to be done. But if you're going to not learn it, you're not going to be able to make money. But I'm telling you, if you do, it'll make tons of money. And I could give you tons of examples. I could prove this. But like everything else, a lot of people don't want to even try. But I'm saying if you try and you do it, and you learn it, well, it's worth millions and millions of dollars. Now, well, the rest is about a person's decision on whether they really want to make money or they want to like buy everybody else's idea of it versus the reality of it. The reality of it is, if you learn it, once you learn it, it's very easy. And it's not even that hard if you just get the big picture like I'm saying. Because I'm saying this for a reason. And once you learn that and you understand the concept behind all this stuff, and you got that from the very beginning, man, and you fit that in your mind, you're going to make millions. But the biggest fault of people, why they don't make money today, is because they don't listen. They don't understand. They never hear. Listen. When I'm teaching you to look at a property, I'm teaching you to look at it, and you're going to know by looking at it, you like listening to it, and you're going to hear what is not true about it. Then I'm going to give you the ability to close it fast. It can be for the price they want or the price below. That's kind of a interesting topic, because you're going to get cash, a lot of money to buy that, and a lot of money to buy more and more. But you're going to know. And the seller's going to know, because you know things the seller knows, and other people aren't telling them because nobody else in the marketplace even has that kind of concept or clue, and he's going to know you're going to close the deal quick because he's been on the market trying to sell for 90 days, and the last 2 or 3 people haven't been able to close. So most of them on the market for like 100 days, 200 days, 300 days, 700 days, or however long, they're going to close. It works if it's been on the market a week. If you use the right angle and right strategy, especially in retail, because retail is so much cash and such an easy flip and such a long-term wealth maker that you can make big money now or you can make super big money later, but you can make money on both angles on that, plus apartments, plus set up your other things and get your development side fixed, but you could be doing the apartments, the retail, and development side all at the same time. This is very dynamic. It's hardcore. You just got to learn. And had I had a simple path, I would have skipped all college. That's like 9 years plus 3 years. Oh man, I would have gone right into this, making big money. So you should check out, if you want any big money, this retail is awesome. Now that I got the private videos and stuff, and like what I teach you, it's one-on-one, and like it really ties up a lot of things and different adds new things and new concepts that I haven't even talked about in the apartments. Apartments are going to make tons of money. Motels, hotels, that too. But once you get all of it put together in your mind and you actually have the ability to do it and you start doing it, you're going to make tons of money. Or you could just be like the rest of the world and just be like, oh, wearing a mask, getting the vaccine, and being stupid, and listening to whatever people. I mean, they're selling you marketing. I'm selling you the whole ability, the skill, and the tools to do what you really want to do. Not just, the fake idea of it, not, go to the bank, go borrow all the money that you don't have from, or get it from your friends. So if you understand that and you want to learn and have some key tools and skills and resources and know and actually be able to pull things off, you're going to make a lot of money. So you need to get funding for your business, personal funding, or credit repair. Give me a call also. I'll love to talk to you guys, but retail is super hot, and it's really hot right now, especially when the economy is going to crap, the dollar's going to crap, inflation's going through the roof, and all kinds of things. So this is great timing. And a lot of retail, they're fast movers because a lot more people are in on the game. Apartments are big too, but this is super hot. Now, if you want to just get a bunch of watercolors and not learn the understructure or the format or the reasoning and the sequence and the order and the methods I teach you, and you want to get to 20% down versus getting $1 to $5 or $10 million cash out up front, then you're still going to be 100 times farther than anybody else that shows you anything on the internet because of the extra knowledge and the abilities and everything I'm teaching you. Now, if you're not into learning or understanding or trying to learn or trying to sharpen the axe, and then you go get the down payment, you'll still be in a better position, you'll still have more knowledge, you'll still make more money, you'll still be able to pull off a lot more things more than everybody else. But if you actually put in the time and you learn what I'm saying, you're going to get cash out, and this is done over and over and over. I've done this so many times. And I've trained so many people to do it that you will be able to do it and make a lot of money. But it takes some effort on your part, as in to learn it and pull it off. It's not that hard if you get the big picture. But even if you fell back to the worst case scenario and you had to come up with the down payment, you're 10 times farther ahead of the game than everybody else in the marketplace, because nobody else in the marketplace even goes over this or teaches it because they're too busy being the consumer. So it really pans out to your benefit to know all this, especially if you're serious about getting into commercial real estate, because it's big money. There's a lot more money than all these other people have. I mean, yeah, they present the eye candy and things, but that's all relative, because you don't have anything to really compare it to, compared to like what really is big money. So, that all being said, this information you're going to learn will benefit you, double. Because if you took all the general info of, like, basically meaningless, really, because they just say, no, go get down payment from your friends, relatives, or syndicate money or whatever from wherever, the clear blue sky from down the street. Get that money and then put that as your down payment. That's the dumbest thing. Everybody on the internet and everybody's marketing their dumb book or their dumb this or that. And yeah, I'm saying it's dumb because they want you to fly to all their courses so they can tell you that. Well, hey, I'm telling you how to do it without that. But I'm saying if you suck and you don't want to learn it, you go back to that level, you're still 100 times farther ahead than those guys, because that isn't teaching anybody anything, but yet they're trying to act like they're teaching you something. I'm teaching you how to go all the way around that, flip the whole script, and make real money. But it can't be flipped unless you gonna suck and come up with the down payment like they all tell you, but they act like they got a secret when they don't. Or you actually transform into what I'm showing you and teaching you, and you get it in your mind, and then your mind becomes the printing press. Your mind is starting to put out the money because your mind is thinking and operating in the right system and format and creating the money. Okay? If you don't ever get that mind rehabilitated or reformatted to produce the new money, like I show you and teach you, that's why you hire me, then you'll have to come up with the down payment. But if you want to get it where it does make the big money, then this stuff is big money and is literally worth millions of dollars. It's just that I don't really like to have that lifestyle and show it off, but I do enjoy helping people and playing the game and teaching other people that and building on that. So that's really key. So now that you have the whole picture, both sides of the equation, and you want to build yourself from here all the way up to the moon, that's the thing. Either learn it from everybody else over there, it's teach you nothing that you don't know, or learn things that you are new and fit the industry and is really relevant, and how to make the money and how to look at things, how to know things, how to know the game, and how to get things quick and close deals fast and understand what others don't even teach you, and have a chance where you can make big money and pull out big cash and build on that from all the way up and have a sharp axe and be able to close a lot of deals. Well, you guys tell me if that's what you want and you're serious about it. I can get you the training that you need, and it's one-on-one. Once you go through this, then I help you on your properties, on your deals. If you got help on the help on the negotiations, the closing, everything, I'm doing it. I'm available. I'm here. That's my commitment. So you got property and you want all that handholding, all the way to where you get where you can close each deal, and every other deal you get into bigger deals than the ones before, and you run into a little yep, you call me, I help you on the whole thing. Doesn't matter. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whenever. This is what I do. This is what I love to do. So that's it right there. So when you call or somebody calls, sometimes people are like, well, what do I get? I don't understand. They all coming at me from like this angle of like they've been to XYZ down the street and they put in all this stuff like kitchen sink, under the counter, the soap, the dish towel, all this other crap, because the program is lacking. So when they got to start adding in this, adding in that, or like they put on like, this fake guarantee and all this and all, when they start piling on all the extra crap to build value is because they have no value in what they're selling. So that's why I go over all these videos and I lay it out on the line like black and white, like all the way extreme. It's like saying the earth is flat, it's not globe, and I just, everything is cut and dry in the way it is. So there's a little bit of effort, you got to do this and that, and all this, everything laid together. It has a sequence and a reasoning. It's not even that hard. It's just, I got to go over this concept because sometimes people, mainly the people who call me, are so brainwashed thinking that I buy a. They're coming at me. They're calling me like they're coming from other these places, and they're like think that if they buy the program, it's like I'm gonna give them, $2 million for $20 or something stupid. No, I'm giving you the money and the material and how everything falls together to where you speak the language and you know the angles and you know the strategy and you know what other people don't know, and you know how these properties work that other people don't even know, and everybody else is on the consumer side that doesn't even understand the business or the industry. I'm teaching you from the backside of the industry how the industry works and how the industry is playing all these other people that is making videos about it that don't even understand it. I'm teaching you from how to print money inside the Federal Reserve and how to make the money legally with the ink and the printing press and everything else like that. And that information, which is unlimited money. But instead of the actual breaking the law and doing all that, I'm teaching you from how the elite and the bankers and everybody on that back side that makes all the money off this because of what they see, how they do it, and things that the normal consumer doesn't know. And when you have that angle and you build it from the bottom up, you're making that kind of money. But nobody gets that because nobody understands it. Nobody on the internet is even talking about it because they don't know it and they've never done it. Everybody on this side of the internet saying this and that and that. They're still consumer level, low level, not even breaking the barrier. This is breaking the sound barrier for money in commercial real estate. Everybody else is like driving the smart car being dumb, saying, well, we can get you rich in the smart car. Well, I'm teaching you how to break the sound barrier from the other side of this perspective. That's what it is. And I give you all the skills and tools and knowledge. Now, if you fail at it, it's only because your axe isn't sharp enough. If you use the skills and everything I taught you, and you sharpen that thing, you're going to be chopping down a whole forest and burning wood like crazy, because you're going to just keep killing it and killing it and killing it. But if the axe is dull, you got to sharpen it. And that means go back to the grindstone, as in like the reasoning, the concept, just like the Michelangelo painting. The best, absolute best paintings start out with the very first layer. And the first layer has got the underpainting of like maybe the little darkness, the darker areas are like stained, and then you go another layer, a little bit lighter than that, a little bit lighter, a little bit lighter, a little bit lighter, and you're only going to paint those things that are the darkest, a little lighter, darkest, and sequence it all the way up. And the certain stain that you put on it is a certain type of stain, and a certain level of stain. The next level, the next level, the next level. You're going to beat on. You're going to beat the system, because you're going to keep building on it and building on it and building on it. And then you have it. It's not even that hard. It's just if you know what I'm talking about, and that's why I got to do this video, so it all gets in everybody's mind when you hire me, then you use it. But if you have this, if you understand this concept right off the bat, and you just know that when you watch videos and do this and you learn it and you apply yourself, you're going to hit the ground running and close deals. I'm doing this because some of the clients don't close deals because they're going at it with the watercolors and coming from Walmart and slapping it together on a big chief tablet and a fat pencil and a crayon, and then trying to do a masterpiece. Well, you got to have quality tools. That means you got to have quality oils, quality seed oil, and quality like thinner and all these things, and do the sequence and everything I'm showing you. Once you have that, you got it. Or you got to go back and sharpen the axe.
Which means go back, learn the order, the sequence, the reasoning behind every step, and follow the step, and go back at it again. But if you skip a step, or you don't do it, or you don't do it right, or it goes in one ear and out the other, and you miss the whole thing, it's not going to work. But if you do it right, it works. It makes tons of money.
So I have to do this video so everybody knows. But if you have the concept and you want to make money, it'll benefit you if you're dumb and just want to go throw down 20-30%, which is dumb. It literally is stupid. It's really completely wrong. I mean, that's like just letting the car dealer rip you off on purpose because you're just dumb. There's no sense, makes no sense behind it. But I put everything out there so everybody knows. And then if you want to have that skill, and I'm saying this, it's not like I'm disappearing, and it's not like I'm not going to help you one-on-one. So I'm never disappearing, and I'm never not going to help a person. So if you know, you got to put in effort. My best clients, they do this, and they close deals and make a lot of money. I don't go plastering all over the internet because well, I don't need to, and I don't want that kind of attention and publicity, and they don't want to be putting all their stuff up there because they put trust in me, and why would they want me to put their stuff up there when they went in through all the effort and make it easy for someone else that didn't put any effort in? I mean, that's kind of counterintuitive. I mean, like, so, you know, it's what you get out of it, what you want to make out of it, and how much money you want to make. So I'm here for the people that are serious about it. I mean, even if you were lazy and you learned all this and you got the down payment, you're going to be like further ahead of the game. But like I said, getting the down payments and all that stuff, versus getting cash out of every single deal is like, it's just not smart business. I teach people how to make smart business and make the right moves and build on the right moves. Each brick of the foundation one at a time, and then build and build and build. Before you know, I mean, I teach people how to make a lot of money, big money. So there we go. Now that clarified the final thing that I left out on this. All right, so give me a call, 312-473-4163. Thanks.
Power, realize your power, finding out myself, finding out myself. Power, realize your power, finding out myself, finding out myself. Go where you wanna go, do what you're gonna do what you wanna do, go where you wanna go. Get on with it, come on, get on with it, come on, get on with it, come on, get on with it. It's what I say, what I say. Listen what I say, listen what I say, listen what I say, what I say. Get on with it, come on, get on with it. I go left, you go right, live it up, dance all night. I go left, you go right, live it up, dance all night. I go left, you go right, live it up, dance all night. I go left, you go right. Baby, you're gonna be mine. Baby, you looking so fine. Baby, you gonna be mine. Baby, you looking so fine. Baby, you're gonna be mine. Baby, you looking so fine. Baby, you gonna be mine. Baby, you looking so fine. I go left, you go right, live it up, dance all night. I go left, you go right, live it up, dance all night. I go left, you go right, live it up, dance all night. Go right, live it up, dance on, get on top now, get on top, get on top, get on top, yeah. Power, realize your power, finding out myself, finding out myself. I go left, you go right, live it up, dance all night. I go left, you go right, dance all night. I go left, you go right. Power, realize your power, finding out myself, finding out myself. Power, realize your power, finding out myself, finding out myself. Go where you wanna go, do what you're gonna do what you wanna do, go where you wanna go. Get on with it, come on, get on with it, come on, get on with it, come on, get on with it. It's what I say, what I say. Listen what I say, This what I say. This what I say. What I say. Get on with it. Come on, get on with it. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right. Baby, you're gonna be mine. Baby, you looking so fine. Baby, you gonna be mine. Baby, you looking so fine. Baby, you're gonna be mine. Baby, you looking so fine. Baby, you gonna be mine. Baby, you looking so fine. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all. Get on top now. Get on top. Get on top. Get on top, yeah.
Power, realize your power. Finding out myself, finding out myself.
I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right. Live it up. Dance all night. I go left, you go right.